What's up, guys? You're watching Cam Gaylor, and today we have an odd bird. I've had this thing for most of my life. My grandpa gave me this gun when I was like a teenager. It is a Savage Stevens model 58 bolt action 12 gauge shotgun. So there you go, bolt action 12 gauge with an adjustable exterior choke. So you can twist this and make it a full choke. You can put it back to modified, all the way back to cylinder. You can adjust it like this. So let's talk about this thing, because for many years I couldn't figure out much about it, but now with the internet and all the information that's on it, you can find a lot more about them. So this was made in Chicopee Falls, Massachusetts, USA, which means it was the original Stevens factory. So Stevens was a separate gun company at one time, as far as I know, and Savage bought them out in 1920. So Savage kept the Stevens plant open up until 1960. Well, this gun was made at the Stevens plant. So I know that it's older than 1960. And as far as I know, the Savage Stevens model 58 came out in 1958. That's everything I can read. This gun came out in 58. They made them in 58 and 59. The Stevens plant shut down in the 60s, and I think they continued to make this model at a different plant up until like the early to mid 60s. So I know that this gun, from everything I can tell, it's made either in 1958 or 1959. So pretty old, post World War II. It was marketed as a low-cost 12-gauge shotgun. It wasn't that rare to have a bolt-action shotgun in these days. And it was, it's for farmers and hunters and things. And, it's been pretty good over the years. When my grandpa gave it to me, the magazine that he had, I'm not going to be able to get this out one-handed, I doubt. Let's see if I can. No, I'm not strong enough to be able to do that one-handed. Either way, the magazine that he had, it was split, and I tried a million different ways to fix it. He said, hey, if you can get this magazine fixed, I'll give you the gun. So what I did is I found a magazine on eBay way back then when everybody actually still used eBay. Bought the magazine. It was expensive. It was like $50 or $60 or something. And I got a magazine for it. Bada boom, bada bing. Perfect match. It works. It's a 2-shot magazine with one in the chamber. You can carry 3 12-gauge shells with you. Now, it's only rated, it only can fit 2 3/4 shells, and it is, you can shoot birdshot, slugs, you can shoot buckshot, any of that will work in this thing. You just need to adjust your choke accordingly. And I've shot clays with this thing. I've had friends come over and they got their pump guns and over-unders and stuff, and they're shooting at clays, and I bring out the old Savage bolt action. You can pop clays just as good as anything else with this thing. You just can't cycle it quite as quickly, but you can cycle it pretty fast. The bolt cycles pretty smoothly, actually. It's not bad. It's going to be a pain in the butt to do this one-handed, but it's, as you can see, it doesn't take much. It doesn't jam up on you or nothing. Like it's a pretty smooth cycling bolt action. I actually really like this gun. It's kind of crude. You can look at everything and you can just tell old and kind of crude. Like this trigger guard, the trigger itself, kind of crude. You can tell it was a low-cost option. It does have a safety. So if your safety is pushed back, it is safe. Pushed forward, it is fire. The firing pin will go forward. You'll see that. It does have this sort of a rear sight thing. You line up with the front bead, and it's pretty accurate. I mean, I've shot slugs through it, out to 50 yards or whatever. You can hit a man-sized target, no problem with slugs. Even at 100 yards, you could hit a man-sized target, no problem with slugs. I've shot buckshot through it. I've shot mostly birdshot. I've actually went dove hunting with this gun before and killed a couple of doves. I guess I'll flip it around. First, let's look at the markings on it. It says proof tested 12 gauge 2 3/4 chamber. Let's flip it around. This thing is very long. Here's the other markings. It says Stevens model 58 12 gauge Savage Arms Corporation, Chicopee Falls, Massachusetts, USA. So, and as far as I can tell, I don't know where there's any serial number on this thing. I've yet to see any serial number. If there is one, it's underneath the stock or something. But yeah, it's just a neat thing. It has a nice little cushion buffer butt pad. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if the specs really matter. 2 3/4 shells, bolt action, of course, 2+1 capacity, barrel length 26 inches as far as I can tell. Choke, it has the adjustable choke. They called it the poly choke system, or I think maybe not. It may not be called that, but whatever. Overall length about 46 to 48 inches, best I can tell. Weight about 7 8 pounds, somewhere around there. Stock is some sort of hardwood, probably, I don't know if it's walnut or what. That's pretty much it, guys. It's an odd bird. It's a huge long. It's the longest long gun I own. Pretty long, and it's been reliable. It's been a good one. You know, I'm not a big Savage guy, but you know, it's cool to have such an old gun. Currently, it's the oldest gun that I do own. I don't own any old World War II guns at the moment. I have owned some old Mosin Nagants and things, Spanish Mausers in the past that were older than this. My Mosin Nagant was like a 1920 something. So I mean, I've owned some older guns, but right now this is the oldest thing I own. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. I just thought it was cool. I wanted to share my old bolt action 12 gauge 1958. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.